Neighbors, and welcome to Bad End Theater. This is a game that I found on Steam, and I thought that it looked interesting, so let's give it a shot. Also, this is the content warning. Blood, gore, violence, strong language, all typical stuff for us. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate, as one does. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness the lovely variety of tragic events. Nice. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. I am the demon doll or the human doll? Welcome to the tutorial. Please select the doll to begin the story. Here's my human doll. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy just minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? I don't want to be hostile. Play nice. Yeah! Try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. You find your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's just set the stage and try again. Same try control the other doll. Okay. Kill the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy with mind your own business. How do you interact with the human doll? Play nice. You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences to become friends. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited for my theater whatsoever. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you choose during your last playthrough. Oh no! But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from the doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. God fucking, I'm not good at puzzle games. Now try turning the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. Will attack. Demon will attack. There we go. The demon doll, you're fierce looking. You interact with the human doll. Bap. You both attack each other and die together. End tutorial. I think I get it. Understand how to play? No. Game saves your progress automatically. So just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now without further ado, let's start the show. Oh, bad end, it's not just giving up. It's a tutorial. Go with the hero. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures, fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped, and is likely being held captive in the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. Head off on an adventure to rescue the maiden. The demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Feel like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. I wonder how you'll be able to rescue that maiden all on your own, if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You take your chances at the castle anyway. You're here after all, it's your job. For a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters. The owner is the overlord. I said we'll let you in. You go to the nearest demon and explain why you've come. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you, and they escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord is alone. You ask him if it's maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you. But you're the first human that's come here in forever, at least as she knows. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove that she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return to your village. The maiden was never found. Woo! Reset the stage, baby! Diplomatic. Prefers not to solve things through violence. Slaughters all the... We'll do that one. You are the hero. And skip ahead. Maybe slaughter the evil creatures. Make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You're more stronger now. When trying to get the castle's front gate, you're faced with many demons. Cut through them. You gather your courage, and this is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are evil demons anyway. The world's much safer with them gone. This is what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chamber. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all your soldiers. He gets straight to the point and asks her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance. A convincing act, but she won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down for the final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. Breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not finished yet. You search the castle, and unfortunately you find no signs of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. Great evil has been banished from this world. What does it matter if you're too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. Return the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely a great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero. Yeah, there's a lot of failure going on over here. Let's reset the stage. Do the basic story for the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon Overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the Overlord one day, because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon Overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard that actually happening to anyone. But maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your God, asking why you have been born into the role of a maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. And maybe you'd understand your role better if you just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps on you and starts biting. A lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You weren't angry or anything, of course. It's all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. It's your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Consumed maiden. Cool. I set the stage. Now we skip ahead. Check for the hero. You yell, but the hero does not come. He suddenly jumps on you and starts biting a lot. No! It was an underling that ate her, no matter what. Alright, underling. Okay, this song. Right on. You are a demon underling, in service of the Overlord. You are particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle to keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. There's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. I feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? You made her the boss anyway. Complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she's kind of a snob and totally deserves to get kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations. This conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this a reasonable, responsible direction. Let's not. Tell your friends that you're totally not serious about the whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still going to rebel and sneak out of the castle. Friends praise your mischievous ways. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby village, you encounter a maiden. She seems frightened and screams for the hero to come save her. Consider your options. But quit yelling. When the maiden realizes that you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like your friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you. Because why would there be conveniently only one language in the world? Demons and humans have independent societies, and it makes sense for each of them to have their own language. The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting, besides you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Lord asks you where you found the maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. Apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool, as long as you listen to her from now on. You're impressed with how easygoing the boss is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends even consider overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's time for a nap. Oh, sorry. I keep hitting. You don't get sleep though. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're going to get rid of the current Overlord and put a new ruler in place. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Like, isn't the purpose of destroying the Overlord to not have an Overlord? I want to hear if you're in or out. And being a lazy underling and something, whatever. I'm having a lot of trouble. How about we skip it instead? Friends question your loyalty to their cause. Actually, not so bad. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry for, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord. Really has no place in the castle. You understand, right? The claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. It's a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you told them. They slit your throat in response. Peaceful underling! Yay! Aren't we so happy about that? Overthrow. No, you're sick of the Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Friends suggest maybe you should be the new Overlord. I like the sound of that. You're not your first act of rebellion would be to take the day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you'll talk more about the assassination thing when they get back, which satisfies them. Let's get to the castle to have some fun. And chomp. Dinners aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much of a second thought, and feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming, running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. I think it's pretty rude of them. You haven't done anything yet. Put on a show, baby. You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Fighting screams even louder. Applause. You think, hey, it's actually pretty fun. Should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. You continue your bloodthirsty dance, begging the villagers down. You fail to notice the sword-wielding hero running toward you. He takes you out a swift blow, just like your demon. Oh, you're just a demon underling, after all. As you die, you think that was totally worth it. Curtain closes. Performer underling end. I mean, why not? Now let's fully go through disloyal. Disloyal. Not quite yelling. Disloyal. Tell your friends you were just joking, and clarify that you're totally in on it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you just pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of faux confidence, you're worried about what you're getting yourself dragged into. Follow your friends at the castle and talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they're gonna do it. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set her on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. Realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, unless someone useless without someone's guidance, your guidance. They'd probably be casualties if they fought her hand in hand, or while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to do it. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want to come down to that. But you can't back down now. You have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You take her to the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap like usual. It's almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Time to die. You figured the cleanest way would be to dig your claws into her throat, so you did just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch she chokes on her blood, cursing you, and then finally expiring. It felt terrible. Remind yourself that it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room and find your friends waiting outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You're the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you have betrayed your overlord. Lord Underling. Nice. Now we go for the coward. Throw. Gotta quit. Disloyal. Check it out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. Trying to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. When Twister, you ask them to let you out. They seem to have been... Oh, this seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them that's pretty fucked up, and ask again for them to let you out. The Overlord stares in bed. While your head is turned, the demon shut the door. Scramble into the Overlord's closet and hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you can possibly say to explain this and survive. You are trembling. You can't believe these assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize that they set the room on fire. You're the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Get ready to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Cover the underling. Fuck. And then we have the Overlord. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new at the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being an evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all day, especially since no one ever comes here anymore. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What do you do with the underling? Get them a day off. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off would be fine every once in a while. They thank you, and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being Overlord sure is great. You hear the knock at the door. Your underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from a nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say she's been very impatient, thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her that you don't have any plans to capture any humans. She looks very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? I don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you're telling her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. It's the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. I'm gonna let her stay a while. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans as to not agitate them, and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people in the village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought of humans as violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying about this the whole time, and you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. People in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human in the doorway. This time it's the hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I just wanted to meet the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? But everything was explained. The hero expresses his relief at the whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with you. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take the maiden away from you. Let her go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious Overlord bed. Your room feels empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friends will come back soon. You close your eyes for a while, till your door slams shut. Before you knew it, everything around you is being engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you to get out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule if it gets burned down? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you. This is no accident. Ungrateful bastards. You shut on the thick smoke from the fire. You can't believe they've done a whole bunch. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burned Overlord end. Hell yeah. Right. And we'll get all of these. Then we'll get back to work. Give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy at you, but you're sure that they'll thank you for it later. Venturing too far out of castle tends to spell death. Dismiss the underling and lay down on your nice and comfy Overlord bed. While the lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fell asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents to the Overlord. You thought you told the underling to do the job, not drag strangers into the room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in the guests, so you let them off easy. The underling's not so bad. Maiden. Tell her she better go home. You have to have all the conversation in the world with your new friend. But, sorry, I'm just throwing stuff? I don't know why, I just can't. You love a new friend? Oh, you'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. Go on your mean face until you get lost. The maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. The whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Here's your better judgment. You let her hang out for a little while longer. Keep her. The maiden came to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. Tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you she'll come back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her be, maybe you demons are evil after all. If you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before you can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to a village? Now she doesn't have to leave. Take a step toward the maiden and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Yes. As it should be. Alright. Let's go. Polite maiden. Underling. Underlings servants of the Overlord widely considered to be very untrustworthy. Surprisingly cool with it? Nice. Set out on your adventure outside of the castle. Oh yeah, because I allowed him to actually have a day off. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. Consider your options. Hear her out. I'm in a good mood today. I'm rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so it's kind of exciting. If you hadn't guessed, it would have been possible to understand each other before now. We're getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. Kill the Overlord. Time to die. I didn't really change anything. Slaughters all the demons. To the Overlord. I got him a day off. Tell her that she can stay. You notice sounds of battle have started ringing throughout the castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous, but you reassure her that it's only your underlings roughhousing, no big deal. You know it's probably a hero. But you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into the room. But he shouldn't have made it all the way here. Why didn't they stop him? He just stands there unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. When the maiden speaks to him to try and explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servant's bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle has really taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did it come for the maiden? Did you think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? He starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoings. But you are far beyond hearing this kind of bullshit. You have had it with the humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. All the demons. Maiden. Ask the hero to come save you. Yeah, but the hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shout and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. You seem more confused and hostile, which totally catches you off guard. Your name. You tell them that you're thinking maybe you can understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken by the demon already. The demon doesn't seem to really be listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agreed to take you to their master nevertheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. Turns out, she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder if, for a moment, she might be lying, but it doesn't seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out. happen, and the hero would come and rescue you. You don't want to believe that you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You asked the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, and she doesn't seem to understand. Let's go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. The Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they believe not... Oh, they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you could be thankful by telling the humans to stop raising heroes, instead of her servants getting killed off by them. You always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same for humans. It might be different, but really, they're just trying to live life same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with the Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. But then a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained with a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The Overlord walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation, but silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you had been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear now that you had been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. Somehow managed to slip... Oh, sorry. I keep hitting the mic, and I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why. You somehow managed to slip past the Overlord and make it out of the blood-soaked castle. You never look back. Escape maiden! We are left maidenless. How possessive. No, we don't need that, I don't think. As you think that, the hero enters the room. It's twice the same at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Here's the hero who asks what's going on. Explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that the whole misunderstanding hasn't led to any horrible consequences. He apologized for causing trouble. But really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him, give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her your plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous and the hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. If you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps on the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Has she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Your expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. She vows to keep you safe from now on. I'm afraid to find out what that means. But there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. Get bent. Alright, keep it going. Let's go like that. No, we'll do antisocial first. Overlord tells you that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. Be obedient. You don't want to cause trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. On your way, you encounter a hero. He asks what you were doing. You don't know... Oh. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is like right there? Explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think that you're lying to him. He asked if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve. I'm very upset that the so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. Return to the village alone. Everyone is very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. I don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero? They ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without him. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say. The people of your village always been this blinded by fears and hatred of things they never cared to know. You wonder how you missed that before. You're seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You want to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't want to think of that. You have always lived honestly. So why did this happen? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so, so sorry. What in the Sam Hill? Okay. We can be antisocial. I already did that. Wait, but we didn't do all of it. Then refuse to leave. Put your foot down and tell her that you're not going anywhere. Tell her, girl. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. You're a little frustrated by your stubbornness, but it doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! Overlord allows you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. We'll be back soon. But halfway back to the village, you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You stop in your tracks. The castle is engulfed in flames. The Overlord alright? You return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken up before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons and the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle after her. You reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You point your fist against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? It's all because you've forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick you can hardly breathe. As you haven't much time left, you desperately head toward the stairs to save yourself. The fire is spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord. If you'd just been staying true to your rule, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. Let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless maiden. Alright. Oh wait, hold on. Hungry. Here we go. Introduce yourself. Slay, you're from the village. Oh right, this is like the first thing. Alright. Coward. Introduce yourself. Oh. Well. Or tyrant. Leaving the name. Oh. She looks the underling who brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. I wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. To your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. It's just a little different. And then do diplomatic. I don't know if that'll change anything. Nope. Alright. So the hero will be obedient. You're the hero. Like a coward. I'll let you in. Overlord and the maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There is no time to hesitate. Oh. Do it. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving the hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero! Finally! Okay. We'll do that because then it's just going to be asking what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured, that she came here of her own volition. It was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, and at least that's that. I asked her to return to the town with you to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows you two to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since you left the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but she suddenly takes off toward the burning castle, and exits in you follow to try to stop her. The smoke is so thick, you avoid all sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel helpless. You sit alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take a step further. No. Going in there would be suicide. Return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. I like how everything is so different. Alright, here we go. We're gonna kill all the demons this time. Come on. Find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. For some reason, you don't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprising confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Destroying the Overlord. Maybe there will be something different for this one. You know what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own, and she was never in danger. She hesitantly asks you why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door. She sees her own army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. The Overlord still can. It's just gonna be the same thing. And I knew, but I had to do it. The maiden. It's all a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let the whole thing slide if you can just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Because you did. Oh, and then we have possessive. What's going on? The Overlord objects this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll be right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like this. I told the Overlord that she doesn't let the two of you go, that you'll assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping on you. We're hopeless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. Came all this way, only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. I mean, technically. Okay. Here comes the underling. Gotta quit yelling. Kill the Overlord. No, that doesn't really change. We still have so many endings left. Jesus Christ. I'll do that one. Gonna have the day off. So she's gonna go home. And we face to tell her to get lost. Maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. We don't get to rest very long. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. Try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You remember now. You give this one a day off, and this is how he repays you. You die wondering what could have been if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord. Oh, why can I not read or speak or be? Go with hungry. Get back to work. You're awakened by one of your underlings. They brought you a hero who inquires about a missing maiden. You tell him you don't know anything. He was never really visit this place. He believes you and goes home. To your surprise, you figured he might try to fight you. But you're glad to get back to your nap instead. You wake up to something completely unexpected. One of your underlings said, "Why is he still here?" As you try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. Assassination. No, I kept that one. There we go. Go with that. Come day off. Hero. Leaves. confused, you wonder why he trusted you. Hold on. I need to learn how to read. Hero, young, courageous slayer of demons who fights to protect humans. Goes with the maiden. Haven't seen her. Humans really visit her ever at all. As a human takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you. Heroes traditionally kill humans. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. Whatever. You were still feeling sleepy. You go right back to your nap. Your voice in the hall. You weren't sure how long you slept. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Before you knew it, you're engulfed in flames. Try to escape, but you can't. You'll see him in hell. Here we go. Tyrant. What? That's rude. What is all the demons? Get bent. Worked a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out on the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all of this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he's growing strong by cutting down your army, but unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. Truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These were the thoughts as you were swallowed by darkness. Conquered Overlord. Okay. What do I do now? Back to work. Alright, that didn't do anything. And then... do antisocial. Obedient. The hero. Go to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading toward the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. Approach her with curiosity. She runs away from you for some reason. You wonder what it's all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. Not wanting to look like a crazy person for chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to town. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village was crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She was bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise as you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something terrible to deserve that. You had to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you weren't cut out for this role. Ba-ba-bum. Let's do it again. Feel like a coward. I also don't know what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. Brittany explains that she spoke to the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village in any way. Believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is hard to believe, you feel like you can trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong with the demons all along. Oh, I keep hitting the mic, and I'm so sorry.
Fine.
Townspeople must be informed about this immediately. The three walk back to the village. They have been so worried they praised you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly set the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look to you for an explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell, and you merely ran into her on the way to the castle. This was the Overlord never intended to capture maidens, or anything of that sort. The villagers turn to you in disbelief. Their arguing is settled about how little they trust the maiden's story. You totally believe her. But the... Placid? Oh. What? Placate? To placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally. Just in case. Fred breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking about what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. When Elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores that you meet with Overlord immediately, and says they'll keep an eye on the maiden until you return. Yeah, that sounds alright. But the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? I'm not sure what's going on, but you get the feeling that it's bad to leave the maiden on her own. So she suddenly takes off running. Oh. You thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. The town is shouting for you to hunt her and the demon friends down already. But that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. Can't help but feel like these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her, to talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden, toward the Overlord's castle. The air seems dark and thick as you enter the demon territory. You feel miasma? No, you realize there's no smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she stops in her tracks. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You had only taken the eye of the maiden for a second when she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is too thick. You think it's turning black. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She's impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was it a trap? Was it worth risking your life on a chance? Your legs feel heavy. Going in there is suicide. Damn, no! Get out of here. So I have one more for this one. She can't be trusted. You're not sure you should listen to the maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all that, but she gets very upset that you think she would lie to you. The storm was off before you could say anything. Then returned to the village, written that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. That took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Not well done today, you think to yourself. She seemed nice though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. And then we can get the other 20 next time. So, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you later.